The Las Vegas Raiders inserted themselves into the arms race in the AFC in this offseason, making the big trade for Davante Adams. So you got your legit weapon there for Derek Carr, which means the draft capital's not there. But, I mean, was it worth it, Jeremy?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you have now made yourself a formidable force in the AFC West, but you're in the same position that the Chargers were in, of you're still going to have to put value free agents to fill hole, and you're going to have to use your 5 draft picks to fill slot as well. So, this class may not look that impressive, but with the value they get with where they're drafting, it's pretty high.
First pick for them comes up in the 3rd round here in the Sportsocracy post-free agency 7-round mock draft. For the Las Vegas Raiders, 86th overall, they will take, according to Flostradamus, Max Mitchell, the tackle out of Louisiana.
Starting right tackle right off the jump. And look, I already know, because we have done this with the Raiders, and Raiders fans, you know I love you. But this myth that you are set on your offensive line is infuriating to me. Brandon Parker is not good at football. Denzel Good is not good at football. If you think that you're going to trot out this line and reap the benefits of Davante Adams, I have a bridge to sell you. You're going to have to improve this. I'm sure there are people that, but we could take a receiver there. Well, you've already invested draft capital in Brian Edwards. You're going to have to roll with that. You still have holes that you're going to have to fill. And at this pick, Max Mitchell is one of the few players that could come in and start right away and have a real impact. I love this kid. Great NFL frame. One of the best run blockers, according to PFF grades, in college football last year. I think this helps Josh Jacobs. I think it helps Derek Carr. Now, does he have elite high-end upside? No. He comes in as a pretty ready-made product. Now, if you get him, you bulk him up, really hit the weights with this kid in the offseason, now there is some untapped potential there. I think he can be a very good right tackle in this league. He gets dinged because I don't see him playing on the left side, but for the Raiders, this is exactly what you need.
In the 4th round at pick 126 overall, a Caleb Evans, cornerback out of Missouri.
This is another position that I look at the Raiders and go, you need a guy that can do exactly this. I like Rock Ya-Sin. Caleb Evans, there are people that think he's going to transition to safety. I don't believe that. He is an elite tackler at corner right now. Incredibly aggressive. This is the get-in-your-face, press-you corner to really mess with a bigger receiver. Think of the guy that's going to defend Cortland Sutton, or the guy that's going to defend Mike Williams. Great body, 6'2", 201, I think is what he weighed in at the combine. Runs a 4.45. The thing that will, let's say, bother you about him, technique. You're going to have to teach him how to play corner, teach his brain and his feet to line up. It is really hard to teach a guy to be as good and as willing of a tackler as a Caleb Evans. It's one of my favorite picks in this mock draft. I saw him sitting, when I got to the Raiders, I saw him there. I didn't think about this for 5 seconds. I saw the name and went, that one.
And you think Patrick Graham and company can get the most out of him?
I do. I do. I think I'll be honest with you, I think he could start immediately.
Okay.
There will be times that, until the technique really rounds into form, he will get beaten from time to time. He's so aggressive, that's going to happen regardless. But I don't want to take the aggressiveness away.
The Las Vegas Raiders have 2 picks in the 5th round, only 5 total in this draft, so this is going to be a short video. But 2 picks in the 5th round, both coming back-to-back. The first one at 164, Bo Melton, kick returner from Rutgers.
Well, he's also a receiver. The thing that you're going to hear about him is that he is one of the best kick returners in this draft, and he is. He's also blindingly stupid fast. I laugh when I hear people talk about him he's twitchier than he is fast. He ran a 4.34. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's one of the fastest guys in this draft. Now, is he a good route runner right now? No. This is a generate touches for him kind of player. Didn't have a great Senior Bowl, which I think will hurt him, but he can be a very good deep threat. Played a lot out of the slot. He's not real big. You're going to have to be a little patient. But think of what Deshaun Jackson brought. He can do that. He can do that right now because he is terrifyingly fast.
Mm-hmm.
He's not as good of a deep threat as Henry Ruggs was. When you made the move for Davante Adams, you tapped out on getting one of those in the draft. Sorry. Anybody that's that good of a deep threat, they're not going to be there at the back end of the third round.
Right.
Bo Melton we'll call him the Dollar General version of what you were looking for there.
Okay.
And he adds a lot in the kick return game immediately.
Yes.
Kind of reminds me of Dante Hall, if I was being honest with you.
Yeah.
He used to play for the Kansas City Chiefs.
I was going to say that's where he's going to make his immediate impact. That's where you're going to feel him the most at the NFL level immediately.
And I don't disagree with that, but I look at Josh McDaniels, and look, I have said my piece on this hire, but I look at the way that offense runs. And if you can manufacture touches to get the ball in his hands and get away from the fact that he's not an elite route runner right now and just use the fact he has track speed. If you remember, and that's the reason I use this comp, Dante Hall was irrelevant as a receiver until he wasn't. And it wasn't long, but there was a period of time where he was a very valuable asset because you just generate touches for him. Jet sweeps, all kinds of other shit, and just let him get out in space. That's what I think Bo Melton can be.
With the second pick in the 5th round, 165 overall, Marquise Hayes, guard out of Oklahoma.
You remember that thing I just said about Brandon Parker?
Yeah.
Yeah, it fits for Denzel Good, too. And look, I want to like Denzel Good because he went to college about, 15 minutes from where we're sitting right now. Got a pretty good read on this kid. He's not good. Now, I told you when this started, you're going to have to fill slot. Marquise Hayes should not still be here. The thing that people are going to ding Marquise Hayes on is he's too big. And he is big. 6'5", 325. He's what you were kind of sold Alex Leatherwood was. And I feel like, I talk about this in virtually all these draft videos. I am a big fan of tandem drafting. I call it 2-for-1 drafting, where you draft a player and you get the best out of another player, so you basically get 2 out of 1. With Max Mitchell, you can do that with Alex Leatherwood. I feel like Marquise Hayes, his ideal scenario in this draft is to be put between 2 players in that Colton Miller vein and that Andre James vein. I feel like you can play him on the left side right off the jump. And the fact that he's not hyper athletic is not going to be a negative. You add 2 good run-blocking offensive linemen in this draft. Leatherwood gets covered up by Max Mitchell. Now the line is formidable. Now you're protecting Derek Carr. Now you're able to use the Hunter Renfrow, Darren Waller, Davante Adams weapons that you have to the highest extent of what they can do. I would love this pick. To me, it's a little low. Everything I hear on him is that the industry is lower on him than I am, so I have to take those things into account, and that's what pushed him down.
All right, the final pick for the Las Vegas Raiders in this draft. Again, just 5 picks for them because of the big Davante Adams trade. 7th round, 228th overall, Jaquan McMillan out of East Carolina. He's a corner.
You strike me as the kind of person that would buy a reversible sweatshirt where you wear it one way and you reverse it, and it's the exact opposite color.
Yeah.
That's what Jaquan McMillan is to a Caleb Evans.
Okay.
Caleb Evans, great tackler. He's too aggressive. There's a weakness in coverage and shit like that. Jaquan McMillan, not a great tackler by any stretch of the imagination, but he is a damn good cover guy, and he is a damn good man in your face. I think he can come in and play the slot immediately. Look, I know the East Carolina program reasonably well. If you watch this program often, you know why. I watch this kid a lot. And the technique is really good. He has some physical limitations. I don't think he's ever going to he weighs about 165 pounds, so he's real thin. Would probably run somewhere in the 4.5 range. So you're going to have physical limitations. But in an NFL where you're getting slot receivers now that are shiftier, faster, blah, blah, blah. The days of Cole Beasley are going the way of the dodo bird. Hunter Renfrow is just supremely talented at that. Most slot receivers now are very shifty, and you need somebody that can half-ass cover that. Jaquan McMillan can be that guy. Very good in coverage. If he was 6'1", and weighed 200 pounds, I'd have him in the first 75 picks. The talent is ridiculous, but you are going to have to scheme around him. And then what I heard Patrick Graham say was they're going to almost exclusively play nickel. They're going to the 4-2-5 because he thinks the 3-4 and the 4-3 are antiquated. Jaquan McMillan is the kind of guy that can allow you to do that.
Las Vegas Raiders have done a lot in this offseason. Of course, the Davante Adams trade, and then giving him the giant contract, 5 years, $141.5 million. You did the extension to Maxx Crosby. You got Chandler Jones. You traded Yannick Ngakoue for Rock Ya-Sin. You brought in other wide receivers as well that are going to play bit parts on this team. I feel like the initial voyage here of the New England Patriots West has been pretty well.
This team's going to be supremely talented and a great value to win their conference if you are a betting individual, because they're plus 600 as of right now, which means you'd win 600 for betting 100. Go to betus.com, use promo code Sportsocracy, and they'll give you free money to do just that. If you like these picks, didn't like these picks, you think I'm a big mulleted ginger dipshit and you can do better, comment those things out. I'll grade your mock drafts. If there's a player you want to know how they fit with the Raiders, chuck that out there too. I'll be happy to grade those as well.
The Las Vegas Raiders post-free agency 7-round mock draft by the Sportsocracy. You can, of course, always get us at thesportsocracy.com. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you get all of our team-by-team content here throughout the Draftmas season. I'm Tank Spencer. He's Jeremy Greene.
Yeah.
We're always coming to you from the Ingles studio. Low prices, love the savings. We will see you next time.